Okay, I think we're good to go. Um, Hello. We're a little late. Excuse it. Don't worry about it. We're here. Someone on time. It's good enough. Um, in it's not our fault. It was the wind. The wind carried us away. That's what we gotta. That it was its fault. But today we're going to be going over Blue Lock chapter 269. Like last week, for some reason, PO2 wants to take fucking forever on the English translations. So we have, yeah, like they're gonna release it middle of the stream. You watch. They're gonna release it again. Oh yeah. But we're gonna be using the Japanese, like fully translated things, and we're gonna have I have the actual translations on my phone, not of the panels, but I have the transcript translations. So we're basically gonna go through. Again, Raven has not seen the official, like the chapter. He hasn't seen the leaks or anything like that. But before we get into it, I'm gonna let him talk his talk because he got something to address that deserves attention. So take it away. What? What did I do? What did I do to you? Hooah. Um, what is this? Oh my god, that's what it is. That's I've been trying to figure. There's like a whole like black square that's been on the screen that I have no idea how to fix, and I just realized what it was. Um, Yay. Uh, Another thing. Can you guys not hear anything? What? We're not doing this again. We're not doing this again. No, 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 no.
Let me.
We ain't doing. There we go. We ain't doing this again. I think I've just had you muted the whole time. Can you hear him now? Say something.
Hello.
We're not doing this shit again live. We're
Blame
not doing
you.
this shit again. Don't. You guys not hear anything? What? We're waiting on the phone.
Me advertising my video to be like, hey, show off your video, and then you have complete silence as if you're trying to cut me off.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Again, TDA, you're so right. Hideo's fucking reaction stream literally cut off, like, dead center of his stream. Like, he was in the middle of his stream and it completely cut. So,
well, yeah, once we're set up, we're just set up.
Oh yeah, we're just so good at this. Like,
you're the one controlling it. I'm not. I got nothing to do with this shit.
You know what? I'm making a diss track on you now. This is how it is now.
Good luck. Have you?
I will.
Before doing YouTube, I spent a good 3 years writing music.
Well, you know what? Guess what? I'm gonna message every Blue Lock voice actor I can, and I'm gonna get them to feature on this track.
What you do, right, is you approach me to be your ghostwriter for the diss track on me.
No, bro, I'm making a diss track on this person. All right, who's it on? I can't tell you, because it's kind of personal.
You basically asked me for every time where I'm supposed to direct someone, you say just put a random name like Joe, and then you go ahead and replace every word with my name.
Their name rhymes with peaks. Can you work with that?
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, Peaks. You smell like an absolute.
I don't know. Cow's asshole.
Cow's asshole.
But I think you're gonna have to go through your entire thing
Blue
again.
Lock leaks.
Doesn't even read Blue Lock leaks. I'll make sure to get every single one of the Blue Lock voice actors on this diss track, bro. You'll be roasted by fucking Yusuke Bachiro. Like,
I wonder who Kaiser's
which Blue Lock character would you feel the most hurt to be insulted by, realistically?
Like, I feel like if Rin's voice actor calls me an NPC, I might cry.
If I say this, full honesty, I feel like if Corona looked at me and just said, piece of shit twice, that double up hurts more than fucking anything,
bro. Me getting double up insulted by Corona, I might die. I'm dead.
No,
bro.
if Ness insults me, I'm done.
It's
That's
raps.
it. I tap out, bro. Nah, Isagi's voice actor would come up with the most fucking brutal shit to insult you with, bro. He holds no. He'd call you a donkey, bro.
Bro.
He would treat you like Botto, bro.
Donkey.
What about Sai's voice actor? Would be another one. Although I don't give a fuck, dude. If Sai insults me, I'm a masochist for Sai, bro. I don't care, man.
Honestly,
I do not care.
Maybe a turn on.
Yeah. Okay, Ray, you have to go through your entire spiel about your Kaiser video again because you were muted the whole time.
Yeah, I got an analysis on Kaiser video that I uploaded recently. Be sure to check it out. Give it a like, give it a comment, get it into YouTube algorithm because my god, this video took me over a month to make. So I'd appreciate any support you guys show.
Yeah, I'm tagging it in the top of the description of this video for you.
My editing from that video is only going to get better, and then I'm going to look back on that video like it's a piece of shit. But right now, it's my best video.
That's how it be. That's how it be. That's how I felt about like my old videos, like going through. Like before I got this microphone and this webcam, I watched my old videos just to see how I was. And dude, it was so bad. Like the audio was so bad, the quality was so bad. I'm like, how did this get any attention? And I'm disappointed in myself, truthfully. Yeah, his video is now tagged in the description of this stream. You want to go check it out? I would recommend it. Go check it out.
You got to really sit down for this video because it's half an hour long.
Oh yeah, you got to grab some popcorn. Make some good food. Like, watch this shit. But again, you watch it. It's good. But yeah, we are getting ready to go into the thing. What are your predictions before we even go into this? So it ended off last time with Isagi and Rin, starting to go head to head. What's your thought right now? Where is it gonna lead?
It's gonna be a match off. Isagi and Rin are going to face off. I think maybe Nanase will get some more screen time now because fucking, pairing up with Rin. That's what I predict.
That'd be good.
What else? I feel like Kaiser's definitely gonna get in the mix, ain't he?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I can't tell you yet.
Man, I don't know, man. I'm on the first page, and it looks like I'm right with the Isagi and Rin match off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Again, by the way, we have a Discord. Join it. The link to join in the description as well. Go join it. Be a part of our community, and you can talk to us and get early announcements on videos and yada 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 yada.
Bro, I have my whole video schedule in there.
Yeah, I should probably start doing that too. I don't know.
It's a video progress channel, and where I'm like, hey, speaking of which, I'm going to update some of this stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So while he does that, I guess we can start getting into the chapter. Okay. So, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. So the chapter is called "Not the Only One," and the opening tag is "The number one battle finally begins. Don't miss this moment." And on the first 3 pages, it's Isagi and Rin matchup. Isagi has the ball, and Rin attempts to steal it, but Isagi uses his dribbling and keeps possession of the ball. Rin tries to do what he did in the U20 match, where he uses his arm to try and, stiff arm Sai, or stiff arm Isagi in this case, but Isagi realizes that and blocks it. Nanase comes in to try and attempt a 2v1, but Isagi predicts that and passes the ball to Corona. Corona then weaves the ball around Rin, allowing for Isagi to win the 2v2. With Corona saying 1-2, 1-2, Corona passes the ball to Isagi, and Isagi says direct, good job, number 1. And Nanase and Rin both react to that and get pissed off. And Isagi says, a complete breakthrough. I've captured all of Rin's moves. So, that was the extent of the one-on-one. Like, that was the extent of it. What do you think?
Bull of Isagi, he's very much leveled up in terms of skill.
Oh, yeah.
Like the fact that he could actually comprehend Rin's movements. Yeah, insane. It really puts into perspective how equal Isagi and Rin are now currently.
Oh, yeah.
What's
interesting?
They're much more akin to actual rivals rather than it just being a one-sided Rin domination fest.
Oh, yeah. What's weird is that this is... people say this is Isagi in base. It's not. Isagi with Metavision and normal and Isagi without Metavision are two completely different things, right? But Metavision Isagi is rivaling Rin in flow. Like the same Rin in flow who was able to kind of temporarily keep up with Sai in the U20 match. I'm not saying surpass Sai because he didn't, but the fact that he was able to just toy with Rin after only seeing his destructive mode one time is insane.
Level of adaptation on another level. You could I can tell that Rin's not in like full destroyer mode, but he's definitely tapping into that flow. Because unless he's harnessed it better, and we don't really see the full on destroyer mode unless he gets super fucking psychotic. But no, Isagi's Isagi played really well. It's not base Isagi, it's Metavision Isagi, much different. Isagi has the ability to turn Metavision on and off, depending on if he wants to analyze the situation to its max capacity or to preserve stamina, because Metavision like uses up so much stamina, as we've seen with within the Manshine City match.
Oh yeah, like another thing is that Kabachi just brought this up. Top performance. He says that Isagi's in his top performance right now. Top performance and flow aren't, the same thing, right? Like flow, I'm assuming is like a state of feeling, and top performance is just a moment, is what I'm thinking.
Flow is much more akin to like past your actual limits, past your 100%. Isagi's playing it at his 100% currently.
Yeah, to me, top performance and flow, like in terms of Kuroko Basket, just in comparison, the zone and flow are the same, and then top performance is kind of just like when Kagami uses, like the moment that Kagami uses his Meteor Jam, just for example. Like the moment he goes to use that, that's his top performance. Flow and zone are kind of just the throughout state that they're in.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't know, where did Isagi get these dribbling feats? Like he got better dribbling in Ubers, but there's no way he got this good.
Well,
he's quickly, unless you talk to Bachira. Like,
he's using okay, so for example, he's used this dribbling feat against Bachira, where he does a little bait, a bait shot, but he's adapted that to where the bait shot is no longer used for shooting. Instead, it's used for more so dribbling past them. So he did a feint basically to Rin at this point. So this is just him naturally progressing. For example, in the Ubers match, Yukimi has pointed out how much better Isagi has gotten at dribbling, and since then, of course, he would get, at least a little bit better from there, because that was like a whole match ago, and he had a whole training in between. But there we go.
But I don't know.
It may seem baffling, but maybe it's a matter of Rin underestimating Isagi's dribbling feats, and that's why Rin wasn't able to as easily get the ball off him, because Rin didn't expect this level.
Yeah,
but it's just to say, like, Isagi is much better at dribbling now than he was way before this, and that could shock Rin, and then of course be the difference maker in this exchange.
These moments here are what make me kind of worried for the anime, just because we haven't seen anything like this in terms of dribbling. Like, we've seen very temporary moments for like Bachira, but his dribbling is way different than what we're seeing here in these like one-on-one matchup things. Like when we had one-on-one matchups in like the second selection with like Chigiri pressing Bachira, it wasn't even really a one-on-one. It was Bachira just trying to get past him, and Chiguda just kind of running in front of him.
Yeah,
So
I feel like the exchange within the anime, it's going to be like slow-paced movement with fast-paced movements all around them. So the actual dribbling feats itself are going to be much more slowed down by comparison.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the high intensity flow state or the zone state that we see in Kuroko's Basket, unfortunately, because I feel like this is much more technical.
Yeah. This is it's worrying to me, but I'm also very like this entire shot here, these 4 pages could definitely be covered in like 30 seconds in terms of animation. Like this isn't something that needs to be dropped. There's no dialogue. Like the only dialogue is like Corona saying like 1-2 1-2, and then Izagi saying direct you shitty number 1. That's it. Like that's like a fifth of the chapter done in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's continue.
Yeah. So Izagi begins to monologue and says, "The field is now centered around me, with both enemies and allies in motion. For now, Kunigami is stopping Shido, so the Kurasu, Zantetsu, and Shido attacks are most likely sealed off. So the one who's dangerous with PXG is Rin, and if we can seal off those moves, I can predict it like I did just now. All that's left is to keep the elusive Charles in my field of vision as much as possible to break him to kill PXG's offense." Continue on the next page with Izagi continuing to monologue, saying, "That means the only one left on the field who can smell the goal besides me is the Emperor," referencing Kaiser. "Even if it's almost impossible to reproduce that super goal from earlier, he keeps aiming for precise shots from behind, so the enemy has to be wary of us too." He continues to monologue, and we see Kurasu and Tokimitsu taking aim and trying to defend against Kaiser and Izagi alike. We continue with him saying, If they focus only on me, Kaiser will score. If they're distracted by Kaiser, I'm in trouble. Bastard Merchant is hotter than ever and evolving into the strongest." And we see that Kaiser here is kind of trailing within Izagi's shadow, with Kaiser using Predator Eye here. Which, I don't know why... That's another thing that confuses me a lot, is that he uses Predator Eye a lot when he's just in motion. He should really be using Metavision, right?
I feel like it's because he has a hyperfixation mode. The Predator's Eye is just a hyperfixation, whilst Metavision is a much more aware of your surroundings mode. If Kaiser's only focusing towards Isagi and the ball, he doesn't exactly have a reason for Metavision, especially since he doesn't have the ball himself. He doesn't need to read the field if his one goal is to get the ball off someone.
True. Do you think that Kaiser is aware of his Predator Eye in the same way that Bato is? Because we've never noticed Izagi identify Kaiser having Predator Eye. He's never really like called it out like, oh, Kaiser has Predator Eye too. Kaiser's never really identified that, oh, Bato has the same kind of shooting vision that I do. Is it just like instinctual the same way that Izagi used it in the third selection? Like he doesn't really know what he's doing. It just kind of happens.
Most
and he
likely.
just knows how to do it.
Most likely.
Like he knows what Metavision is. Like easily, he knows what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I feel as if though Kaiser's close to base is Predator's Eye, and of course his Metavision is much more akin to his more advanced skill.
Yeah,
Predator's Eye may have been an original ability for him.
Yeah, I mean we saw it in the one thing, right?
Yeah, Kaiser's impact is built off Predator's Eye. I feel like his combination was Kaiser's impact and Predator's Eye. For a formula for goals, let's say, and then he unlocked Metavision at a later time.
Yeah. We can continue with we cut back to Rin, who's monologuing and says, "That's good, Izagi, you bastard. I did level up and come here, but that's only on the technical side. What I was missing was the mental pressure. What I wanted was," and we cut to the next page, we see kind of his ego surrounding his heart and his feats in the NEL so far, and we see that his aura, this like destructive aura, is tied to both Isagi and Sai. It's kind of hard to see because of how these translations have been drawn over, but that's Sai and Isagi, like a silhouette of them. And Rin says, "What I was missing was someone formidable to torment me. I have this urge to destroy whoever stands in my way, whoever is stronger and more righteous than anyone else, an absolute egoist." And he's talking about both Sai and Isagi here. And we cut to Rin's aura kind of like awakening in itself. Like it looks a lot more alive and it looks a lot more energetic, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Rin says, "This is the trigger for my mind. Here it comes, this sensation." And we cut back to Isagi monologuing, saying, "No, it's my game. I have to score here. If I'm not number one, all I've done so far would be for nothing. Think. How to shut down Kaiser and win. What action will disrupt his top performance?" And then Isagi thinks Kaiser's aiming for right here, and he actually begins to rush directly towards Kaiser. Kurasu, Hiyori, and Nanase are all kind of confused, and Nanase says he's getting closer to Kaiser. And Isagi thinks, "How about this? I'm deliberately exposing you to everyone by running right next to you, where you want to move around the blind spots of the field from the shadows." Kaiser says, "Yoichi." Isagi continues monologuing by saying, "You may still be better than me in terms of individual ability, but I have the support of Hiyori and Corona from the outside." So, again, this kind of just proves our argument that we had against Hideo the other like a month ago, saying that Kaiser's still way better than Isagi, and Isagi himself just kind of proved it.
Yeah, Isagi flat out admitted it, so there is no argument, it's factual.
Yeah. You take away Corona and Hiyori, Isagi is definitely nowhere near.
Isagi's only individual dub against Kaiser was when he did the two-gun volley.
Yeah, that was it.
And that is it.
Yeah.
Because I do believe it doesn't make sense for Isagi to be on the level of a professional who's been doing it much longer.
Yeah.
I mean, Kaiser is still under 20, but he's like 19. Isagi's 17.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's continue with Isagi monologuing. Says, "Without the ball, you're powerless in this bird cage in front of me. Come on, let me show you the optimal solution for this restraint." And we see Kaiser break free from this little like puzzle piece prison dome like thing that Isagi has here. And we have Isagi begins to trail Kaiser. He begins to follow him like kind of the same way that Kaiser was following him before. And he says, "It's all part of the plan. Gotcha, you fucking clown. By having you move first and charge into the enemy, that becomes a front run that will make them be on guard. I'm going from it behind right there. He says, what I'm going for is the back run that splits off from right behind you freely." So he's kind of doing exactly what he did with Yukimiya, where he used Yukimiya as bait to break himself open, another like split off opening. And this is also very similar to his diagonal rush that he did. And it's really interesting when you know their ego types, when you see this, is that Kaiser is optimally choosing to run between the defenders, while Isagi is splitting off on his own. Like,
yeah, that is the demonstration of the ego types, ain't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Licensed with the 5. Thank you for that super chat. If you meant to do that, I'll try and if you didn't mean to do that, you said, "Oops, my finger slipped." I'll send it refund it, but.
No, bro, he put that in the text because of, oops.
No, I know. I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much, man.
I want to, of course, mention the fact that, like, I feel like Isagi's utilization of Hiyori is actually much more limited than it usually is, because I feel like Hiyori should be one of the first people Isagi should try and link up with, considering Hiyori's potential for long passing is much better than Kurona's.
Oh yeah. Well, he's kind of linking up with Corona only in that like the 2v2 situation. And Hiyori himself is good at short passes, but Corona is way faster than Hiyori, and his entire weapon is about short turns, so he can make those cuts really quickly. And Hiyori definitely can't do that. Even with Metavision, he definitely can't match Corona in terms of that physical attribute. So that's why I feel like he's perfect. Corona's better for 2v2 situations like that. But when it comes to overall, like, the rest of the game, sending long passes that give Isagi a better chance to score, Hiyori's definitely the better option.
Yeah. And this is one of the first times where Bastard have dominated, even though, like, within their team is self-sabotage.
Yeah.
You can only imagine if Kaiser and Isagi did work together, God, no team would stand a chance.
Oh no. Like, it would suck though, because Isagi would have to play secondary striker in the same way that like Sendo was. Like he's never gonna be a Kaiser equal. no matter what, if they played together, he'd never be their equal. He'd never be his equal. Kaiser would always be the forefront. He has the individual ability to score on his own. Like he has that. And assuming he was like nice and welcoming to the Blue Lockers at the beginning of the NEL, like who else was really open? Like Snuffy was, or Lorenzo was. If he was like that, then easily Corona and Hiyori and Yukimiya and maybe even Kunigami would have definitely been more willing to side with him. And they would have destroyed everybody. But Isagi never would have been able to become anything more than just Kaiser's secondary striker. The same way Sendo was with Shido in the U20 match.
Yeah, but it's just a point in which I make, because I feel like Bastard has just the best players just because of like Kaiser and Ness. Those two alone are like on elite level status compared to a lot of other players. And if you was to have the adaptive Isagi work together with them, and then alongside Kurona and Hiyori, their attacks become pretty much unstoppable.
Oh yeah. Like, the only other person who has any kind of Metavision assault team in this NEL is Ubers. And the Metavision users are all defenders.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked. The only so Reo has Metavision, but Reo is a support for Nagi.
Yeah, but he's even just one
striker.
These are 3 Metavision users on the offensive. Like
that's so scary.
That's terrifying. Like
if Kurona had Metavision, I feel like this match would be done already.
Oh yeah. Another thing I don't like about, I'll say this, it's off topic. I don't like how characters have those slit eyes, but now you give Predator Eye the slit eyes as an indication, like Shido and Corona. Like, I know they're not gonna like.
Corona had slit eyes before Predator's Eyes introduction.
No, I'm aware. I'm just saying, but it was a bad idea to make them the same.
What they should have done is colored them differently in order to indicate it, instead of keeping them pretty much the same.
Yeah,
because I get why it's the same. Because Corona was first, but Predator's Eye also makes sense for how that looks. You just have to color it differently.
Yeah, I hope when they do it in the anime, I hope they do like a gold glowing slit, maybe, as opposed to just like a black one. I think that'd be really cool to see.
Like a tiger or
or even like a gold stroke around the eye itself.
Orange or yellow works for that well. So
yeah. Let's continue.
I assume Metavision's like a light blue or white.
Metavision is probably just gonna be the same color, whatever eye color they have.
That also makes sense.
Like Ryo's gonna have purple. Hiyori will have like a light blue. Izugi's gonna have like a dark blue. Nico's gonna have like that green. Aiku's gonna have the split color one, which is gonna look so cool. Like it's gonna look so fire.
Nah, Isugi's gonna have green. Stinky eyes.
Oh, stinky. Bro's got they gotta make them all pink. Make a pink eye.
Oh god, the person who gets Metavision who has pink eyes, I pray for you.
Oh my god. we need someone with the highest field of. We need someone whose vision is above everyone else's in the series, but they constantly have to be putting eye drops into their eyes whenever they're playing. Like, I'm talking like above, like they have like above Metavision, like a 5th dimensional vision that's above Metavision, but they have to constantly be pouring in gallons of eye drops into their eyes.
Hey, that's what my character's here for. He's got the Emperor's eye.
This is his form of drug abuse. He just takes all of the eye drops that pharmacies have and pours them into his eyes.
Anyway, continue.
All right, so my phone locked up. I have the stuff on my phone. All right, so the chapter continues after the diagonal rush with Corona saying, "There you are, Isagi," as he's about to pass to it. But we see Rin come in and like tackle the shit out of Corona. Says, "I figured that Isagi's braided runt," and Corona's like, "The fuck you just call me?" And Corona got knocked on his ass. Isagi got knocked out of Metavision, and then activated again.
That's the same tackle in which he used against Neo.
Yeah, it's the exact same one.
Lowering
This one should be more of a foul. Like, this one is... Like, this one should be way more of a foul. Because with the other one, the other guy rushed at him with a shoulder charge, and he let him roll off him. Rin is just pushing up against this 5'6" child and knocking him on his ass.
This was an intentional thing, but the logical explanation to a foul is the fact that if the player who of course was subjected to it, it looks to be in a bit of disarray, such as pain, the foul would count. But this is a completely legal tackle.
But I thought the rule with tackles is like, I mean, I've played a lot. I played soccer when I was a kid, but I haven't played in years. I thought it was like, if you play the ball, it's fine. If you're playing the person to steal the ball, that's where it's like, no. Green is playing the dude here. The ball isn't even in his possession yet, and he tackled the shit out of him and then stole it.
It's I feel like the impression is the fact that actually Kona in his movements actually fell over on his own, whilst Rin just used his lowered body position in order to just trip him up. It wasn't an
now. What?
It wasn't.
What's
the
next chapter be?
It wasn't a forceful tackle. Because I mean, that's the only explanation I have to why he wasn't carded. If he was carded, then yes, he would have shoved against him. And if he's carded next chapter, then yes, he shoved him against him. But like, that's the only way I can explain the fact that this was a legal tackle.
Corona's about to be crippled, and they're about to send in Igaguri to replace him with his shitty ass scissors that he used against Reo. That's what we're gonna.
No, but then he fouls him. That's how you fouls him. That's how you get him.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Corona gets knocked on his ass, and Isagi get knocked out of Metavision, and then reactivated it when he realized what the hell happened. And it cuts to him monologuing, saying, "It's not just Kaiser who's evolving by feeding off of my freedom." And we see Rin, his tongue sticking out. He's ready for this shit. And the final sentence says, "Our new realm opened up by devouring restraints. This ego will not be stopped. To be continued in the next chapter, Break." So there's not a break next week. The chapter is just called Break.
Like, in the next chapter, Break, and then they just take an indefinite break.
Next chapter, to be continued, never. Like
the break is literally like a halftime moment. Just
yeah. This is another thing. How long do these games last? I know we brought it up before. How long do these games actually last?
I believe it's with the fact that they have no halftime, it's probably in reference to either the full game being played out in one go to basically increase their stamina. They're playing in more extreme conditions. That's what BLUELOCK is. Like, every player's playing in more extreme conditions. So they're playing within a 90-minute timer or less, I believe.
I think the game, like, the entirety from Nagi's five-stage revolver fake volley goal and the end of the Manchan City game was less than 3 minutes. Like, and for that perspective, how long does the actual rest of the game last? Like, I'd say more than a half hour, right?
Yeah.
Like, you'd assume so. I don't know. I also find it annoying we didn't get any stats for any of the characters now. Like, no Kunigami, no Kaiser, no Isagi, no Hiyori or Corona.
I find that annoying. I feel like they should just do all of the prominent characters. They should just do stats on, because that makes for great videos.
Oh yeah. Like,
they're not feeding the BLUELOCK YouTube channels that are trying to keep the franchise alive.
Nah, they ain't, bro.
Feed us. We'll make banger videos.
Please, come on. We'll entertain you, sort of, maybe.
And also make a custom website where we could do stat attribute creations ourselves. That'd be cool.
That would be
hint.
Yeah. I don't know. So the chapter next week is called Break. What are your predictions regarding, like, the title name? It's like, this title was I don't even remember what the title was called. Hold up. This chapter was called Not the Only One. So what do you think the what the next chapter is going to entail. Because this is not the only one, and the reference was Isagi saying, Kaiser's not the only one who's feeding off of my freedom.
They're going to do a breakdancing session next game.
Next chapter is just like people watching from like it's just people trying to break down. It's gonna be us breaking down what's happening in the game. We are gonna be canon to the series.
Me for real, it's me.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that break is just referring to Rin's state of mind.
Do you think he's gonna score?
They're on the other side of the pitch. I feel like it's going to not be a score for Rin, but I feel like after that, the chapter after break, maybe. Right now, they're on the other side of the pitch.
You think we'll get a backstory?
Yeah, Rin's gonna be like, I was broken as a child because Sei left me.
Rin breaks Corona's rib cage.
Imagine that. It's just whole injury angle chapter, and Rin actually gets a red card.
Red card, never allowed to play ever again. He loses his bid from PXG and has to go work as the water boy for Real. He's got to be his brother's water boy.
Yeah, bro, for real.
I don't know. It could be like it could be a backstory, like more like maybe flow or just training, because we always got at least one backstory regarding the players in their stratums prior, but we haven't gotten that yet. And I don't know if that counts towards like beforehand the match. We got the kind of conversation between Charles and Shido in the locker room with Loki. I don't know if that counts as the little introduction thing. But I would love to see something about his flow state that, I don't know, that is in reference to Sai recognizing it.
Yeah.
Can you remember
I want Sai to actually be watching this.
It would be so cool if we got a shot of just Sai like watching on his phone.
Because we are under the impression that Sai is like, gone. Until like the next time they face him in a match. But I want to see the dude actually interested in this match. Not only because Rin is in it, but because he was the one to directly address that Isagi would change Japan football.
Yeah.
So if they don't like reveal Rin throughout this entire thing, especially after over 100 chapters, bullshit.
I don't know. They got to do something with. We need more Sai. Sai got one game and like maybe 5 chapters prior of just involvement. But we need something from her. What kind of all the goals that we've seen from these players have been insane. Like Chickadee's 44 Panther Snipe, Nagi's 5-stage revolver fake volley, Bachata's B shot, Bado's double nutmeg shot, his stealth kill shot. Isagi's lefty direct shot, his twin gun volley, his top performance goal, Kaiser's bicycle kick. Like all of them have been like insane, like goals. So what do you think Rin's gonna be able to pull out here? Like,
what he's gonna pull out of his ass? I believe he's going to actually.
He's gonna pull out Isagi. He's gonna pull Isagi out of his ass. All right.
Yeah, he's gonna do a direct shot. No, he's gonna do. This is probably like a weird claim, but I believe he's going to imitate Sai's shot from U20 and actually succeed it.
That would be interesting. That could be what break is. Like him just getting to the corner and just fucking scoring from there. But I feel like that'd be way too quick. Like we just had Kaiser go like 5 chapters less?
Actually, I don't know. Because Rin doesn't have a very like out there very known shooting weapon. He's just really good at shooting. So I don't know, because his shots mainly revolve around like long distances. He's really good at long distance shots, like from the free kick line.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm interested to see.
I am too. This is another thing that we just asked. If Bato is benched during the U20 World Cup, they said they're going to quit the manga. And it leads me to think, who's going to be the Joker? There's always been a Joker. Like, Shido was going to be the original Joker, and then Bato became the new Joker. There's always some kind of deciding member that results in a turnover for the game. So who do you think would be the new U20 Joker, given the top 23 that we have here?
He's a wild card. Igaguri, maybe. He's pretty good.
No, he ain't. The fuck you mean?
He's pretty good. He's good.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good. He survived the selection matches by pure
the
luck.
fact, look, here's the thing. We make fun of him, but like most of us fuckers would not be able to make it this far.
Oh hell no, we'd be gone in the first election. But to be fair, Igaguri didn't do really anything to kind of secure him doing it. He blocked Nagi's kick with his head. That's kind of it. That's all he really did that match.
Bones shatter on any other man. Igaguri tanks it like a champ.
If Igaguri did not get his ass kicked by Shido, he would not be here right now.
Igaguri is like Donald Trump.
Oh my god, Kaiser, the shooter is like Kaiser, bro. Missed by a mile.
No,
bro went way the fuck off course.
Bro did hit. He hits once and then never again. So who do I think that is?
Trump's hairline is like Sendo, bro. Clutching up when needed. Like, he's blocking all that shit.
Bro's hairline stayed on him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but if Krona gets injured again, if Krona gets injured again and gets subbed out for another match, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, he's proven his worth, thankfully, though, because I believe Kurona's done the right decision with pairing up with Isagi because his bid is going up exponentially now.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if he gets injured again, he's probably going to be labeled as a sort of made of glass kind of moment.
Oh yeah.
Nah, he's not. He shouldn't be injured again. But I believe someone else is going to get subbed off in replacement for like Igaguri because we still have Germany players on the field.
Yeah. Igaguri is definitely not. He's not going to do anything of importance if he's on defense. He won't be able to stop Rin or Shido. Like, no. He definitely can't.
He can do. I mean, on defense is actually one of the preferred positions in order to get fouls. Allows. If
they have to win by drawing fouls like that just sounds I don't know. I just don't like that. Like, I know drawing fouls it sometimes happens. It's kind of it's not necessarily like, to me it's scummy. I think if you have to draw fouls like that, a character who only is designed to draw fouls, if that's your only way to win, like, that just seems really scummy to me.
I get that. I don't think it's actually going to happen. Igaguri, I feel like, is going to get eliminated, and the logic behind it is the fact, like, why would they give Igaguri an opportunity? His stats are the lowest of the entire team.
Exactly.
It would okay. So if the whole game, or if the whole like team is based off logic, then that's just the final line. I feel like Igaguri is actually going to have a moment within the manga where he's desperately pleading with Noah to be on the pitch.
He's like, nah, fam, you suck. Get the fuck out of here.
It's because, like, because, for example, if this game decides whether or not you make it through to the U20 team, and if you don't make it, you get eliminated. Yeah, I at that point I would be kind of begging because I'd be like, all right, well, it's now or never.
Yeah, I get that, but do you think they're really gonna give Igaguri a bid that will let him not only survive, but they'll boot out someone like Nanase, Zantetsu, Tokimitsu, who have all shown way more impressive things?
Well, Igaguri hasn't played a game.
Well, I know that's the point I'm saying. Like, if he plays and he gets a bid, you think they're really gonna give him a bid high enough to survive?
I genuinely don't think so. I'm of the belief of, like, the manga covers being. I know it's been deconfirmed and all, but I believe that anyone who has a manga cover is making it. If Igaguri's not getting a manga cover, bro's done out.
100%.
I believe
Charles is him falling on his ass.
Yeah, I believe Charles is getting the next manga cover.
I would think so too.
Because that only makes sense.
Oh yeah. Who else? Who hasn't got a volume cover that is currently? Zantetsu hasn't, right?
Yeah, Zantetsu only has an episode Nagi cover, and that doesn't count.
Zantetsu, Charles hasn't. Loki hasn't, which Loki we might get one later in the match.
Well, even Noah, but I don't think they're giving manga covers to the Masters until they actually have to face off against the Masters in a proper match.
Well, I know, but I feel like the Masters and Loki are way different, considering Loki is like 17. Like Loki, he's a Master, yeah, but he's around the same age as the rest of the Blue Lockers.
So would you say he's like he's more valid because he's like within that sort of Blue Lock age range that they all have?
Yeah, like he's shown up twice as compared to the other Masters, which have only shown up in this arc. He showed up originally before, but now he's back. He's gonna have some kind of more importance.
Yeah.
I mean, I've made the prediction that he's gonna score the final goal. I've never heard anyone make that theory, and it's annoying because it makes the most sense that Loki would be the one to score the winning goal. Like,
yeah, but at the same time, we haven't seen a Master score since the first game. It's just it's far fetched by comparison to just like someone else on the pitch scoring instead.
No, the point of it is that Rin is gonna score. Whether it's with Charles' help or not, he's going to score. It's gonna happen. And my prediction is that when Rin scores, that's what's going to awaken Charles and like get him wanting to play and kind of switch off of this contrarian personality where he doesn't really give a shit. That's what Loki's looking for. And the moment that Loki notices that, he's going to sub onto the pitch as a trial run to see how well this new Charles works. And the reason for this is that him scoring is because Noah would not sub onto the pitch. He wouldn't. He would be using this opportunity to test the rest of Bastard München and be like, listen, this kid is around your age. This is your opportunity right now at the final point of the NEL to prove that you are ready to take on the world. Face off against him right now by yourselves. Because he's in the same age range. They're going to play him. Like, they're going to play against him in the World Cup. This is their opportunity to see if they stand a chance. And the point is that Loki would win because Japan would eventually defeat France in the World Cup and get the revenge of beating him. Loki would score the final goal with Charles' help and set a precedent for when they return that this is who they have to face now. This fully awakened Charles and Loki is who they're going to go up against. Like, they're not going to wait for Charles to get to the World Cup, then awaken there. He's going to awaken here. Loki's going to score. It's going to set a precedent for this is how, like, this is what's going to happen. And it would also kind of leave up in the air of Kaiser or Isagi, their matchup for when they end up meeting again. It'd also leave up in the air of who was the actual winner of the NEL because the Master scored the final goal, but he's still 17. He's still around their age. Rin and Isagi, that rivalry still happens. It still gives them something to fight for later on in the series.
I mean, I get your theory, and I wouldn't be mad at it occurring. It just seems far fetched at the moment because there has been genuinely like nothing revolved around the Masters getting involved in the match because I believe Loki and Noah have this sort of mutual thing going on. Like, let's see how these teams evolve. This may be one of the only matches where the Masters don't get involved, which I would actually like more because it leaves the anticipation of Loki still being a threat. Because if the Masters got involved and Loki lost whilst being on the pitch, that sort of derails the argument. Since Loki's already showcased his abilities within the World 5 match. There you go.
I don't know. I still feel like Loki has to show something. He wouldn't come back if he was just not gonna play. Like,
I like it better. I believe also Loki has probably not played on any of the matches even before this. Because he scored no. As we've seen, Rin and Shido are the only ones to be scoring goals throughout those matches. So I don't think Loki's gotten involved entirely, and I believe that's actually sick because the anticipation of it is just like oh, it's going to be the deciding factor within the actual World Cup match.
I just feel like he's a representation of I think it's called like Chekhov's gun. You put a gun on the table. If that gun is not fired by the end of the story, there was no reason to even mention it. There was no point if Loki isn't going to do anything except just kind of sit there and be like, oh, I'm only here for Charles. That doesn't really... They could have just had someone else come in his place. They could have easily just had someone else play as the master.
He's still a mentor. You can't say he's done nothing. And there's no point to his inclusion. He's done enough to be, of course, a threat in the future from that U5 match. And I believe the interest in Charles is actually a good motivation to why he was, around. I don't believe Loki needs to play in order to feel like a climactic foe.
I think it just gives you the whole thing of like, now you have to wait even more. They brought him out, and you're like, oh my god, he's here. We have a chance to see him play, and then just doesn't. And
we've seen
many more chapters
play before. It's different to the other masters where we haven't seen them play before.
Well, we've seen them. Play. Well, we've seen him play, but that was you can't really even consider that even the same kind of game. Like compare them then to them now. They're completely different players.
It's not, but at the same time, that's the sort of point. It's anticipation. We've seen a glimpse of him already. We don't need to see more until they actually have a proper face-off. And technically, Loki's already beaten BLUELOCK. Maybe
I know what the break chapter is going to be. The break chapter is going to cut to the Barca versus Manshan game because isn't today. They just said Spain or England for today.
Yeah, to be fair,
they're gonna cut the Barca versus Manshan.
The whole world is scripted, ain't it? The world is scripted.
I mean, like I'm ready to see it. I'm ready. Who are you taking, Manshan City or Barca in the IRL game today? Who are you taking?
Well, I support England, and my favorite character is Nagi, so I want to.
Of course you do, you English person.
Yeah,
you Englishman.
If I believe. What would be funny is that if they base the result of the Manshan City versus Barca game off the Euros, that would be hilarious.
They just completely Barca that doesn't exist. So Lavinho does not exist. Shut up.
No. It would be funny. It would be funny to be like this. This is an optional choice story depending on the results of a real life event. Because we can have the potential of Rayo being eliminated off England losing, or we could have the
if Rayo gets eliminated but Igaguri does not, I'm dropping this series and switching to Kuroka's basket. I do not care.
I believe for the fact of like shock value, I would love a prominent character to be eliminated, but of course I don't believe Rayo should be eliminated.
No.
But I would find it hilarious if they base it off real life events. I would find it so hysterical.
That would be quite funny, honestly. What was? Oh yeah, so this was a debate as well. Aryu is not gonna do anything as a defender. He says but Aryu is not stopping any U20 defenders on anything except for aerials. Now maybe it's me. If the choice is between someone like Aryu or Nico on defense, I'm taking Aryu every time. In terms of like it's the World Cup, the BLUELOCK World Cup team.
Okay, so in the scenario where there is aerial, there is a lot of aerial shots that are given to players. Free kicks, corners. You gotta think. A lot of the ball hits are in the fucking air, and I would want Aryu over Nico, Nico is like 5'6".
Yeah, he's short. And his physical abilities aren't even that good.
He's built for the air, and he's a great defender for that. He's a great defender for the fact that he can dominate all aerial battles. The only time he's ever lost an aerial battle was against fucking Dana Silva. And that was at the point of the second selection where they were.
And how old was that, bro? Was he like 30?
Silva would definitely
beating up he's getting his ass kicked by a grown man.
Yeah, bro. Silver's also one of the strongest characters within the series, like in terms of just his build. We look at his build.
Nico is too immature, I agree, but how many free kicks or corners have we seen so far? We've seen a lot. We saw like a free kick and a corner kick in the second selection from Rin. We saw Bachira perform a corner kick in the first selection. We saw Triggerly perform a corner kick in the Manchester City match.
We saw Rayo do a free kick against Team Z.
Yeah, we saw Sai perform a corner kick and a free kick in the U20 match. Like, there's a lot that Audio would be way more useful for as opposed to Nico.
And besides, that argument doesn't matter because it's the scenario of if it would happen. I would rather Ayu be there in case that situation does happen.
Yeah, especially if we're talking like the BLUELOCK World Cup team, where we're obviously going to have Aiku, who has Metavision and the physicality. We need someone with more physicality. We don't need someone like Nico.
Yeah, Nico is labeled as the Watchtower, but I believe IQ is just a better Nico.
Yeah, he can do everything Nico can with Metavision. Just has the physical spec to jump higher than Nagi, and to overpower someone strong, like Ryun.
In terms of analytical ability, Nico is really, really good, but like he's playing defense, so it's already limited. And when IQ has better physical specs, it's just a no-brainer.
And can also play forward. Like,
it's adaptive. He's and I just believe you can't I can't say Nico is a bad player because Nico's good. But
he's not bad.
It's unfortunate. It's just Nico is not going to be showcased as prominently because he's so outranked by other players with Metavision IQ.
Yeah, his one strong attribute he's already outclassed in.
Yeah,
Audio, his strongest attribute is like his height and his jumping and his aerial battle like success rate. He hasn't really gotten beat in that.
Nah.
Like, that's his strongest point. Nico's strongest point, he's outclassed. Audio's, he's not.
You gotta take
people comparable, but
you gotta take the best attributes of individuals and then put them on a team together. If Nico's going to be weaker than someone for his attributes as a defender, then there's no point in putting him on the field unless he's a sub. In case the player that who's playing in his position gets injured.
Yeah. What do you think about Raichi? This is another thing that's brought up. I've said this too. I don't think BLUELOCK is going to have one team. I think they're going to have two different style of formations. One heavy offense, one heavy defense. And they're going to sub in players as needed from those two formations kind of mixing over.
Right.
Like,
yeah, Raichi being able to limit the options of Snuffy. Even I believe Raichi needs guidance in order to defend really well. But he is definitely adapting to the role of a marksman. He will be on one of the two teams. I don't think he's on both.
I'd say he's Team B.
Yeah,
I don't see him going on to Team A.
Yeah, like, because when it comes to both teams, there are some characters that I can name that could be on both teams. But I don't think Raichi's on both teams. He's definitely in a more defensive formation.
When it comes to Team A versus Team B, there's characters I can see, like you said, on either team, and this is going to be a really hot take. I think like Team B, Burū, easily Burū. Like we have so many really, really good characters on the that would go on Team A, easily Isagi and Rin, and then you have maybe Nagi or easily Bachira and Chigiri, but like
pure strikers. So therefore, he's more reliable as an individual factor.
Oh yeah, I think if they're gonna do Team B, they would definitely do it in the pyramid style of thing. Burū at the top, someone like maybe Chigiri and like Nagi in like the wingers, and then have someone like Reo, maybe Karasu, in like that defensive midfielder area, and then on the back you'd obviously have Aiku and Aru and Nico, and even maybe Sendo, just because of Sendo playing that really like. He's a very good role at he would be very good at like stalling. Like, I feel like he comes in clutch a lot.
Yeah, Sendo's chemistry with IQ and Burū now would make for that team to be actually very solid with Sendo.
But like Team A, Rin, Bachira, Isagi, who else would be a good?
Well, Chigiri is an
Honestly,
example. Chigiri is one of the characters in which I can see on both teams because he's playing much more as a striker,
yeah.
and also not to mention his weapon. His weapon can't just simply be outdone. He's a fast runner. Yeah, you don't find many people like that. I don't think defenders can effectively defend that, especially with his new goal path. It's insane. So I see
Yeah.
Chigiri to be on both teams.
Yeah, Chigiri is one of those characters on both teams. Same with Aiku and like Gagamaru. But another one I feel like would be good on both teams would be Hiyori. Like
yeah. As I'd label Hiyori as close enough to a heart of Blue Lock.
Yeah, beating like Charles or Ness.
I feel like Hiyori is going to build up to the place of where he's going to be better or equal better to Charles. Because at the moment, of course, Hiyori is not close to Charles.
No.
But the one thing that makes Hiyori good in comparison to Charles is the fact that Charles is childish and Hiyori is as adaptive as an Isagi.
Yeah. Another thing is that a character that I don't think really deserves. It's not deserves, but like he fits well on this team, but his skills don't really. I feel like would deserve him to go on first string would be Corona. Corona's just one of those characters that you put him with someone like Rin, you put him with someone even like Bachira or Isagi, obviously. But aside from those real three, he's not really going to be useful.
He's a great assister. I believe he is he's probably one of the top sub-ons for a offensive team. But besides that, not really anything with him.
You know, this would be a really good topic to do for another stream. Honestly,
we'll make an offensive and defensive team for Blue Lock.
Yeah, we'll do a team A, we'll do a team B, we'll do a both, and then we'll do a neither category. Like for like the characters who we don't think really deserve either team. Like for me, one of those characters, I'm gonna say it, and I don't regret saying it. Shido. I don't like Shido. He's so overrated without a really good passer like Charles, Hiyori, Sai. He can't do anything. Like without them, he can't do shit.
I really believe Shido is at his best with Sai, and
easily.
That's going to be the angle in which they go down.
But that would mean that they need Hiyori or Sai to come back, which I don't believe is going to happen. But they're going to need Hiyori to link up with Shido in order for him to do anything.
In the scenario of like them playing for the World Cup, I'm not sure how the legalities will work. Sai would not be able to be within the World Cup unless he plays for Japan. And if they weren't to take legalities fully into the case, then he would be playing for America.
Wait, why would he play for America?
He's currently playing in America.
He's playing in Spain.
It's revealed. Well, it was in the anime. I was basing it off the anime.
Isn't Real playing?
I heard in the anime, that whole clip of his introduction is like, Americans play it differently. I'm only back here to get my passport to go back to America, whatever. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm pulling this up. It was early on. It was like chapter 3 or 4 or something.
Yeah.
It was very early.
But I know for a fact like Spain was also like one of the other teams. I'm just kind of surprised at the fact that they haven't clarified because they had something different in the anime, I believe.
Yeah, I'm looking through it right now. I'm gonna find it. I'll find it eventually.
Either way, Sai currently is not on the age range to become a professional level player for Spain. That was the talking point.
Yeah, he's here to renew his passport. I'm trying to find where exactly it says cancel his trip to America, because I'm not denying I've heard him say that. He's playing for Real, which is in Spain, I think, right?
Yeah.
No, it's Spain. In the manga, it's Spain.
Ah.
I'll send you the thing right now. But if you scroll all the way down, it literally says you're gonna miss your flight back to Spain.
Okay, well, fair enough.
Which is weird because I thought they would have said America, but
that's what I was thinking.
I don't know. But yeah, Shido definitely is not someone who I would even think deserves to be on a starting string. He would be the Joker, if anything. Like subbing for Burū or someone like maybe Chigiri. If you want a speedster offense, switch Bachida out or move Bachida to the center and have Shido be on a wing. But Shido, without someone like Hiyori or a really good passer, can't do anything. And he's definitely not going to mesh well with Rin. He wouldn't. I don't think he'd mesh well with Burū either. Like, I don't know. He'd have to sub out for one of the main strikers in order to really do anything.
Which episode was Sai introduced?
Sai was introduced in episode 2.
Yeah, I thought so. Just can't find him.
But I don't know, man. I feel like the hype among Shido is so big, but the only hype I ever see people talk about with Shido refers to his flow goal. Aside from that, I never hear anything. Even about this more recent goal, I haven't heard anyone really talking about it. It's always, oh, Shido, his Big Bang Drive. Like, I get it, but like...
His Big Bang Drive.
Like, take away Sai. Take away a passer. What can Shido do? Realistically, what can he do?
He didn't have a good passer within the first... well, he did have a good passer, but he wasn't using the good passer in the first match of the first selection, where he just carried himself there.
No, he wasn't. He kind of just stole balls.
Yeah.
He made the passes his own. He intercepted Rin's shot, and Isagi passed to him twice.
No, I'm pretty
sure. Let him score.
I'm pretty sure Isagi first passed to Shido for a 1-2. But
he passed from 1-2.
Yeah, but he didn't get that 1-2 because Shido just shot from his angle and scored.
Yeah, but it's still, if he doesn't get a pass, he can't do anything. If Shido has the ball on his own,
you're saying like I was going off the fact of like good passes on the level of a Hiyori, Sei, and Charles. Of course, some strikers are just going to need more passes or need passes to score off of them because them getting into position is kind of the whole point of a passer. I was just arguing against the case that he needs a good passer. No, he just needs a passer in general.
No, like, look at it like this. Shido, if he's not already in a position to score, and he does not get the ball, he can't do anything. Like, if he gets the ball on his own and he's not in a position to score, in terms of, like, he can't dribble. Like, we've never seen him dribble. All he has is off-the-ball movements and speed. And he can shoot from within the goal box. But unless he gets a pass directly to the goal box, he can't really do... Like, he's not really useful, aside from finishing off a play, if that makes sense. Like, if you wanted Shido to do any other role, aside from scoring goals, he would not be reliable to do so. Like Nagi, Chigiri, Bachida, Rin, Isagi, they can all score goals. But they can also do things aside from score goals. Shido can't. Shido can just score goals. Which he can do, yeah, but what can he do more than that? Like, you know what, you get what I'm getting at?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with the fact that Shido's feats are very much over exaggerated. He needs more time now. He's being like hard man marked. But I believe his skills are his own for the fact that he's the 4th highest bid player.
But again, though, those goals were only really scored with Charles. The only one that you could argue wasn't was in his very first match of the NEL, where we didn't even know Charles existed.
Yeah. Of course. I don't know. Basing off of the fact that, like, I feel like his goals are built on not being able to pretty much miss whenever he shoots.
As long as he's not incredibly marked, like with Reo. Reo made him so he could only shoot from one direction. One Direction, the band One Direction.
Yeah. In any case, I don't believe Shido would work on a BLUELOCK team.
I don't know either.
Really, in comparison.
I want to see him do something more than just.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think that's all we have for today's stream. Maybe we'll do another one of, another one of those deciding on BLUELOCK team streams. maybe we could do even a prediction for the NEL. Like we go in and you, me, maybe get some other people.
Yeah.
It'd be good. It'd be interesting.
Whoop.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Go check out his Kaiser video. It's very good. I personally really enjoy it. It's something that I'd be like really proud of posting myself, like in terms of my own content. And if I like it, I know you guys might like it. So I would suggest go check it out.
Yippee!
Yippee! Yeah, I'll let him do his own outro.
It's been great, guys. Hope you enjoyed being part of the stream. Like if you think RU is better than Nico. Like if you think RU is not better than Nico. Subscribe if you think Isagi is pretty awesome. Subscribe if you think Kaiser's pretty awesome. And leave a comment. Leave a comment if you disagree with all those points. Anyway,
subscribe to both of us. Subscribe to Raven and get him to 1,000 if you think we should turn both of our accounts into RU fan pages.
You know what? We will only make videos on RU if I hit 1,000 subscribers within the next week.
If you get him to 1,000 subscribers before, okay, hold up. Agree to this.
Within the next week. Why are you making my bet?
No, listen. Agree or disagree with this. If we can get you to a sub goal before the end of the year, will you buy a cosplay from BLUELOCK with me? You go as Audio and I'll go as another character. We both do another one of these lives in the cosplay of the characters.
You say that like I'm a face cam YouTuber.
You would have to be. You would become a face cam YouTuber.
If I was to cosplay any character, it wouldn't be Are-You.
Henri.
I would be I'd be akin to more Cura.
I'm an emo boy.
No, it's because my hair matches his kind of style. Or Kaiser. I do have the length.
My hair's closer to the Kiora's than yours is. What do you mean?
You can.
But I don't even know what your hair looks like. But
you can be Cura if you want. I'll do Kaiser because
if
I am getting a blue rose tattoo soon.
Yeah, if I like switch it over, you want to go Kaiser? I'll go Ness.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll just fucking fluff your dick the entire stream.
Oh
yes, master. Which master would you cosplay? Which master?
Stereotypical reasons, I would have to be Chris Prince. But
can you go? Can you be Sendo? You can be Sendo, please.
Can I be Sendo?
I got an idea. For season 2, when it's completely out, I will do a 24-hour stream of me staying on a stream for 24 hours, watching all of season 2. I will watch it until 24 hours has passed, and I will be in a full cosplay.
Wouldn't you watch season 1 and season 2 then?
No, I'll just rewatch season 2 3 times.
Okay, you're committed.
I'll watch season 2 3 separate times.
I'm watching the Mario movie like 10 times.
I will watch all of One Piece in one stream. The stream will not end until I've watched all of One Piece.
Get Arrow to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and he will do a stream where he watches all of One Piece in one stream.
I'll do this. If you guys can get me to 10K before the end of the year, which will never happen because we have less than 6 months less than 5 months actually, until the end of the year. If y'all can do that, I will let you guys pick out one cosplay. I'll put a post. Whatever is the most liked comment on that post, I will buy a cosplay for, and I will record 1 month worth of videos wearing that cosplay. Meaning for 1 full month, I will be in that cosplay for every video, stream, TikTok that I am in. Every piece of content
that cosplay's
gonna
stank, bro.
Every piece of content I push out during that month, I will be in that cosplay for.
Bro, that
take a shot every time they say the word egoist. Do that be done in the first 20 minutes.
I will probably join you on that. We'll probably let's make a after we do all of our original content. for season 2. We're gonna go back and watch it in English dub, and every time they say some Gen Z bullshit, we take a shot. So don't watch the English dub until we get the chance to watch it together. And then
they've only said like anything that would be related to Gen Z bullshit like a couple times. Like I've watched the English dub a couple times over.
How about we do? How about we do like a try not to laugh of season 2 of Blue Lock in English dub?
Every time we see a soccer ball, take a shot.
No, bro, I'd be dead.
You'd be dead in the first.
And also
by the end
actually,
of the
no,
opening.
I wouldn't be dead because it's a football.
You'd be done by the end of the opening.
No, bro, it's a football, so technically I wouldn't be dead. You'd be dead because you classify as a soccer ball.
Cosplay Kira.
Yeah, man. Sure.
Anyway. You do Isagi, I'll be Rin. And we'll do a stream of us just... I don't know.
It's just us insulting each other the entire time.
You know what? Just because I want to I'll do this as well. This is off topic. I will make a full stream where I make a video, record the audio, start to finish. Like, write the script, record the audio, edit the video, and post it all within one stream. Just because, I don't know, I think it'd be funny.
No, that's a good idea. I've seen a music creator just do a full stream of them making a song on stream. So they did every single process on stream. Yeah.
Oh, I think it'd be interesting. But yeah, again, go check out Raven's content.
I've got to make food.
Yeah, I got to as well. It's lunchtime for me.
All right, and also, guys, Spain versus England today for the Euros. If you're in America, don't watch it. This is a highly contested game. I suggest you go and watch it. Find the legal websites or whatever. Anyway, catch you all later.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you in the next